Okay, yeah. Rosso Fiorentino is very.
I didn't know it. I
Go ahead.
had it, various versions.
I'll edit you out.
And it has somewhere in some food, there's a on the floor,
was actually playing with the large electrostatic, and so I
Sound
also
labs
somehow,
is
yeah,
one, right?
exactly. So we landed yesterday in Solo, and so they're here. What you are now listening to is the Grandi Vace here, the monoblock, which are the 400-watt power amplifier, gallium nitride. These are already the K3 release, so the latest release. Basically these are a Class D module inside a glass tube, running at 800 kilohertz with the most advanced GaN device available at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And we released these parts about 4 years ago. It's now the third revision. So people basically, the customer buys our amplifier, they can upgrade the units from time to time when we have a new release. Of course, the new release is not just small detail. We make a fundamental improvement in the musicality and overall performance of the device.
So, is the fact that it's packaged that way a novelty?
Well, it's
In a good way. I'm not playing it
It's
down. I'm
definitely
just saying.
it's the only one that I make that make this type of things.
Right.
And it's novelty for that point of view.
You get a look,
Yes.
but you also get, okay.
Yes, and the reason for that is twofold. At the beginning, when we got into this business, the idea was how to present a new design, a new amplifier that still has the Class D label attached to it, but does not bring the anymore the stigma, if you wish, of the stigma of the Class D,
yeah.
so to speak,
Right.
bad sound that has been unfortunately attached to this type of topology,
Right.
mostly for people that have no idea how to design probably Class D amplifier. So one way was how to introduce that. On the other way was also how to maintain a possibility to follow the evolution of the components of the semiconductor, which is still in
Plug and play
infancy.
module. Yeah.
Well, fundamentally because silicon has been around for 80, 70 years almost.
Right.
Gallium nitride not so long, and we have decades of improvement. So we had to find a way to enable the customer to follow this path of improvement by a simple way to upgrade the power stage, which is contained into a glass tube. Being in a glass tube, of course, makes it completely isolated. They taught me many years ago that rule number one in marketing is don't kill the customer. So when you do the upgrade, you don't have any problem at all. I mean, it's absolutely safe.
Right.
And at the same time, you can maintain the investment, so the value of what you have introduced in your home with a fairly, not necessarily inexpensive material, for many years, simply by changing the output stage. So that was the two reasons why we ended into this type of idea that is still novelty. The other design, for example, the Tempo here, or the Duet, utilize a more regular way to upgrade the power stage by simply changing the on the motherboard, the plug-in module that contains the power stage of the gallium nitride, which is in this case designed as a regular plug-in board like this. And what you have in your hand is a 400-watt module. 800
So still, yeah, so even in this product, guaranteed upgrade path.
Absolutely. That's the way we choose to go in this business. Otherwise, we would have to be, always changing the entire amplifier, the case, everything. I mean, it's a lot of work for, frankly, changing nothing inside. But this is the way that other people choose to go, and I choose to go in a different approach, simpler and definitely cheaper from the engineering point of view as well. So that's the story. We have been at the beginning getting this kind of question why I put in the glass tube, and people did not know our brand, had no idea what we were doing. But at the same time, by even for people that today don't have any clue what we are doing, when they walk in, they see something that basically calm their expectation relative to what they see is a tube amplifier. So automatically in the mind of audiophile, oh, that's for sure it sounds good, right? And they start listening, and then they realize, well, there's a little too much power for a single-ended triode amplifier, right? And then they get closer, they realize that it's actually not a vacuum tube. It's still a tube, but it's not a vacuum tube.
Sure.
And 95% of the situation, the customer reinforced this positive impression I had on the look and on the sound by laughing and then saying, "Oh, that I've been, tricked by the look." But in reality, it's not a vacuum tube; it's a regular solid-state design. Very advanced, but still, it's a solid state.
I think it's brilliant.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, what a great way to change the look and feel.
And by the way,
Yeah.
you can see it's transparent from the top, so actually you see what you get. There are a lot of people that cover everything, make it impossible to understand what is inside. We have no problem. Have a look. That's what we sell. That is what you buy.
What you're doing sets you apart too, just something different, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, it would be absolutely, from my point of view, not really contributing to anything if I had copied a design that was created 8 years ago and making the tube now, same identical circuitry, and pretend that it sounds better because I choose a different material. I mean, it's just
100%.
I was not going to be, let's say, attracted by this idea, and so I decided to make my own. So that's what I did.
Yeah, great job. Great change on the color chassis too, I think.
Yeah, black is something that American likes a lot.
I like it a lot,
We
yeah.
decided to put
It just
black.
works, it looks so much, in my taste, like it over the chrome, yeah.
Yeah, the chrome is very elegant. It's very challenging because, of course, it's a fingerprint stay there forever.
Yes, exactly.
So if you have any problem with IRS or FBI, don't
Yes,
buy the,
exactly,
the
yeah.
chrome.
I happen to have a lot of problems, so I can't stay still very long, but yeah.
The black saved your day.
Yes, nobody saw me.